Hello people, I am the Comic Book Gamer, and today I am putting Snake Eyes versus the Punisher because someone asked me to do this about a month ago. Sorry it took me so long, but I knew hardly anything about the Punisher, so I had to read up on him, and now I know a ton more about the Punisher. And so yeah, now I'm able to do this versus. Let's start off with their origins like I always do in these videos. So Snake Eyes' origin, I'm going to start off with his, and I'm not going to give the full origin. If you want to see his full origin, go watch my Snake Eyes vs. Batman video, because that has his full origin since I've already done it. I don't want to go through it again. I'll give you a brief thing about Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes was, he was in the military, and then drunk driver killed his family. He then joined a friend of his ninja clan, a friend from the military's ninja clan, which is the Arashikage clan. Became trained as a ninja in that. Previously, before that, you know, he's in the military and he's an army ranger. And then he got, after that, like, so a bunch of stuff happened, bad stuff happened. His masters died, some of them died, and his best friend who invited him to join the ninja clan was framed for killing one of the masters, and he became Storm Shadow. And then Snake Eyes went and he just lived in the forest and stuff and did all that. And then he got recruited to join G.I. Joe. He joined the G.I. Joe. He was in a helicopter on the way to a mission. The helicopter was crashing. It got hit. It was crashing. Scarlet was she was stuck in the helicopter. Snake Eyes, everyone else jumped out. Snake Eyes stayed in to help her and saved her, and the helicopter exploded, like fire got on his face, and that messed him up, and it also got on his throat and stuff, and it messed up his vocal cords, so that's why he couldn't talk anymore, and that's why he always wears a mask, because his face is all scarred. And that is Snake Eyes' origin in short. If you want to see the long explanation for it, watch the Snake Eyes vs. Batman video that I did. I'll probably have an annotation up or something like that, but yeah. So next is Punisher's origin. So the Punisher, aka Frank Castle, he was a captain in the U.S. Marines, and then once he got out of the Marines, he met a woman named Maria and married her, and they had 2 kids together. And then one day on their way to Central Park, at Central Park while having a picnic, they witnessed a gang execution by this mob family, and him and his entire family was shot and killed. He wasn't killed, obviously, he was just shot. And then he woke up in a body bag because the police found him, and he fought the police who didn't know what was going on. They sedated him and put him in the hospital, and then these hitmen came after him to finish the job because, you know, they had to get rid of all the witnesses, and he fought them off, overtook them, and then the police took him in as a witness, and the men he identified all had solid alibis. So yeah, that was really bad for Frank Castle. So then he tracked them down, but he tracked all the killers down, and in return, the killers they burnt down, they blew up his house, and the police and the killers all thought he was dead because he was about to go in his house when it blew up and everything. And then that's when, like, pretty much the Punisher was born. That's when he thought, you know, no laws, these guys don't deserve anything, because before it seemed like he was going to do a bit more of like a Batman thing, like a more of a follow the law. But then once they blew up his house and everything, that's when it just took to where he didn't care. He's outside the law now, nothing matters. And yeah, that drove him over the edge. But then he met a nice sympathetic cop, and he revealed who he was to the detective, and he told him that he was you know, the Punisher. And the cop gave him, the detective gave him some weapons, and that's when the Punisher really became the Punisher. He's, you know, the Punisher. That's his origin. So yeah, now on to the next part, now that the origins are out of the way. Okay, let's start out with, like, I think this is a new thing I'm going to add to my comic book battles videos. This is where, like, I'm going to just add, like, this thing to show you how, like, awesome these characters are, like a big feat of theirs. For Punishers, his is, okay, so in this one comic, Punisher comes and, I have to explain this one part. Hulk and Bruce Banner switched sides to where Hulk was the main person now, and whenever he calmed down, he became Bruce Banner. So that's how it was. It became opposite. of how it used to be, because something happened. I don't remember what happened, but anyways, Punisher confronted Hulk and was pointing a gun at him, and Hulk said, in his mind, he's like, I was about to laugh, but then I realized this guy has a gun to kill everything. So when Hulk's afraid of you, you know you're pretty BA. You're pretty awesome. That's my big thing right now for that's the example I'm going to use for Punisher. Now for Snake Eyes he took down Starscream in a matter of like seconds. It was in the G.I. Joe versus Transformers comic. Starscream is a Transformer, if you didn't know. He sliced his eye open and threw a grenade in there and then kicked him off of a cliff. Well, a waterfall or whatever, but a cliff anyways. And yeah, he defeated Starscream in a matter of seconds. That's like the new segment that I'm adding right there, how I just give 2 examples of like how awesome these characters are. Now I know some people will be like, but Hulk and Starscream, that can't compare. Hulk beat the crap out of Starscream. Well, true, but you can't. The problem is Snake Eyes, he ain't with Marvel or DC, so they can't put him up against really anything. Hasbro owns him, so they can only put him up against Transformers. That's like, unless they put him up against My Little Pony. So yeah. But now on to the next part of verses. Now let's go with their arsenal. Snake Eyes, he has his sword, knife. He generally has a pistol and a submachine gun on him. Grenades. He doesn't really have like any special arsenal thing about him. That's mainly what he carries around with him. You know, ninja stars and stuff. He doesn't really have like a big thing that's like, whoa, like how Batman has his gadgets and stuff. And so yeah. Now the Punisher is all about his arsenal. The thing is though, he has pretty much everything. Like I said earlier, what Hulk said. He has a gun to kill everything. The problem is with like what he normally carries on him, he pretty much always goes into wherever he's going planned. So you know, if he has a gun to kill what he's going into, he knows like who he's gonna fight, so he brings this gun for that. And so the only example I can really think of to you know do this, because he always just takes the gun for what he's planned for, is when a Doombot destroyed his van. So he only had what was on him, which was a submachine gun, I believe like 2 pistols and a knife. So I will give him a submachine gun, an assault rifle, and a pistol and a knife. That's what I'm gonna give Punisher. Because you can't really put what he normally has on him, because like I said, he always goes in planned with what he's gonna do. And so yeah, that's Punisher. Now Punisher obviously wins this section with the arsenal. He has a better arsenal than Snake Eyes. Also, his van. He has like tons of those vans. I remember when those things got blown up. What's his name? The guy that helps him out and stuff. I don't remember his name. But he always got mad at him whenever they'd lose a van because it cost so much money. But yeah, so Punisher wins that part, the arsenal. And so yeah, now it's time to get into the scenarios and everything. Okay, first scenario. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I always have a scenario to put them into. That is no planning. They just meet and it's like, oh, they have what's on them. They don't know anything about each other. They just met and they're getting into a fight. I would have to give this to Snake Eyes. Now yeah, Snake Eyes to me is the better fighter. He's and without any planning, Punisher's not really gonna do that much to Snake Eyes with his gun and everything. And his fighting, he's just a Marine. Snake Eyes was a Ranger, and he got his ninja training. So yes, I'm gonna have to give this to Snake Eyes. Next scenario, which is where they have planning. They bring everything that they want. They know about each other. This is hard, but I'm gonna have to. Again, this is maybe my personal bias, but I'm gonna have to give this to Snake Eyes. Now, a big part of this is because I said, and spoiler if you haven't seen my other video, I guess I said Snake Eyes would beat Batman, and Punisher and Batman faced off in a comic, and Batman just like literally made Punisher look like a kid. He's like, Punisher punches him, and he said, I let you have that one. And then Punisher goes to punch him again, and he just catches his fist. Batman, he's like, I said one. And then Batman's just like, get out of my city. He's like, don't test me. And he said, get out of my city or I'll see you that you're in a cell with the others, with the other murderers and stuff in Blackgate. And so yeah, and then Punisher just leaves. So he pretty much just, he didn't even have to fight Punisher. He was fighting him and stuff, but he just told him to leave. And he was beating the tar out of well, not like exactly beating the tar out of Punisher, but he was making Punisher look like a fool. And I said Snake Eyes would beat Batman, so obviously, and Punisher was in Gotham, so he knew he was gonna go against Batman. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give this to Snake Eyes. I'm gonna have to say Snake Eyes won this. Sorry, I know a ton more about Snake Eyes than I do Punisher, so this may be just my personal bias or something, but I'm sorry because someone asked me to do this, and normally I do videos to where I know like an equal amount about him. This one I knew tons more about Snake Eyes than I do about Punisher. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and also put down below what you guys want me to do for my next versus video. I'll take suggestions, just like this video was a suggestion. Just tell me what you want me to do and who you think would win and why.